Hi there, my name is Jamie McGrath and I'm a Senior Lead Consultant with Jamberry. I'm going to do an application of the nail wraps for you today. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to start out. You need a heat source. The mini heater that we sell is the best. Other things you can use is the blow dryer, but this just is a hands-free way of doing it, so it makes it a little bit easier and it's a more concentrated heat, so you'll get a better application with that. The other things you'll need is a file, scissors, clippers, a cuticle pusher, and a prep of some sort, which I'll talk about in a minute. And then your nail wraps, your sheet of wraps. So all of these things actually come in our basic bundle, which you get the heater, an application kit, which has a cute little bag and all those tools, and then you get 4 sheets of your choice as well. So that's the best deal if you're starting out with jams. It gives you everything that you need, and that's only for $74.50. So actually you're getting the mini heater basically for free. 2 very important things for getting your jams to last is your nail prep prior to putting them on, as well as choosing the right fit for your nails. So let's talk a bit about prep. Very important to wash your hands with dish soap before starting out. Dawn is the best. You know that it cuts grease on your dishes, so it does the same thing for your nails. So I've gone ahead and washed my nails with dish soap already, and that's just to remove any oils. Really important to note that jams will not stick to oils or skin, so we're going to talk about that a few times as we go. The next thing you're going to do is push back your cuticles. So you can use your little rubber, this is a rubber cuticle pusher, and you're just going to work on getting any of that skin that's hanging around on your nail out of the way. And so you're just going to want to give a gentle push. If you do have a bit more of a cuticle, you can use a cuticle spoon as well, which is the metal one, and it just gives it a little bit more of a push if you have some extra stuff you need to get out of the way there. And that's a really, really important step, because anything that's there, if the wrap goes onto that, it's going to cause lifting at that point. So you want to get, or at that place, so you really want to work on getting any of that cuticle out of the way. Next up, we're going to do a buff. There are those like normal nail buffers. Some of those have oils in them, so I tend to stay away from recommending those, as they're meant to shine up your nail. What we want to do is actually rough up your nail, as well as get rid of any of that cuticle that we've pushed out of the way. So I'm just going to give my nails a little buff here with the file, and I really concentrate on both the edges, as well as, like I said, that cuticle area that we pushed out of the way. You want to file that away there too. So they're nice and rough. Next up, you're going to use your prep wipe. So I use 100% acetone. This one you can get at Walmart for a few dollars. It's worth it. I've been using it forever and there's still a ton left. Other things you can use is rubbing alcohol or the Jamberry prep wipes, which are made of alcohol as well. I find this works the best, and since I've been using the acetone, I definitely get a way longer wear on my wraps. It really cuts all of those oils out of your nails. And so therefore your wraps are able to stick better and last longer. So you're just going to give a quick wipe, and we're really concentrating on getting rid of that like leftover nail dust that we made from the buffing, just with the cotton pad. Next up, we're going to choose the right size of wrap. So the sheets, I've already done some of mine, so this is partial sheet at this point, but it's really important to pick a size that leaves a gap all the way around your nail. So you don't want this wrap to be touching either side of your nail or your cuticle at all. Less is more in this case, so you want a smaller size wrap for your nail. They have a clear sheet or clear backing, so the best way to pick your size is just to put your nail behind, bend them over, and make sure that the one that you're choosing is going to have a space on either side of your nail, so that you're not going to have any of that wrap touching your skin. Some people are hesitant to do this because they're worried that it's noticeable, but I promise you will be the only one that notices. It's just a very small sliver on either side, and you're going to get a way longer wear with your wraps. So I've gone ahead, I'm actually just I cut one out already. I find them easiest just to cut out of this sheet, and then you have this one little one to work with. This one sticker does 2 reps. So we're going to cut it in half as our first up. It's really important not to touch the sticky side on here at all, because that's where your adhesive is. You don't want to get the oils from your fingers onto the wrap. So I'm going to turn on my heater. It's nice and quiet. So you can do your jams while you're watching TV. It's not disruptive. I'm going to just peel back the edge here, and then I'm going to take my cuticle pusher and lift that off of the sheet so that you're not touching the back. I will show you a second way when I do it, but this is the best way to do it. You're going to heat the back of the wrap just for a very couple seconds until it's pliable. You don't want it to curl. If it's curling, that's too much heat. So just want it to be a little bit flimsy. Next, they're going to place it on. This is kind of the hardest part sometimes for some people, me included. So I stick it on, and then we're going to use our cuticle pusher. So it's on the nail. If you don't get the right placement, you can lift it off, give it another second of heat, and put it back on. But I try to avoid doing that if possible, and I really take my time placing it on, because you don't want to, that will make it lift as well if you're lifting it off the nail already, because you're already peeling some of that adhesive. So next I'm going to take the cuticle pusher, push all the way up the center of the nail. I'm going all the way around the edges, really making a good seal on the edges of the nail, and then really concentrating on, sorry, I'm just moving that. I'm like very pregnant and warm. I'm just moving that all the way around. Sorry, I'm pushing all the way around up to the tips. So I'm going to do another quick second in the heat, just one quick second in there, and I'm going to do the same thing all over again. So pushing up the center of the nail, all the way around the edges, really giving it a good seal. Hope you can see that. And then pushing up, really concentrating on the tips. That's the place that people get the most lifting when they're starting out. So really make sure you're getting a good seal on that tip. I'm going to give it a quick second to cool. Heat expands, cool shrinks. So you want to really let it cool so that it's going to be placed on your nail exactly where you want it when you go to file off the edge. For filing, you're going to do a 90-degree angle straight down, and you're not going up and down, just down. You don't want to go side to side. That's going to cause lifting. So it's just a straight, gentle 90-degree file, making sure to get all those corners, and then the excess just peels right off, and that's done. So that's one. I'm going to show you one other, and I won't talk as much so it goes a little bit faster so you can see how quick it actually is. This is the second way that you can do it. So as you can see, we filed off a big chunk of that. So if you're not very coordinated and sticking it on the end of your cuticle pusher is a little bit trickier, like it is for me, you can peel off the edge if you have a shorter nail. If you have a long nail, then I recommend only using the cuticle pusher. So I know I'm going to file off this very edge, so I'm going to just hold the very, very tip with my fingers while I heat it, because I know that's the part that's going to get filed off anyways. So a couple seconds, sorry, can't see that, couple seconds in the heat, place it on. I'm going to do my pushing all the way down the center, up the edges, really pushing on those tips, and they're heat and pressure activated. So the heat is just as important as the pressure. So both of those are very important to getting your wraps to really stick. So all the way up the edges again, really concentrating on that tip. And then filing. And that peels right off, and that one's done. That's it. One other little tip I'm going to show just for people that have a shorter nail. So if your nail doesn't go to the edge of your fingertips, you might find the filing a little bit tricky. Another thing you can do is take your clippers and just clip along the very edge of your nail, even like taking a small sliver of the nail with you, and that's going to get you a good seal at your tips as well. But the filing does, as you can see, is really easy and makes it quick. Just with it, like with anything, practice makes perfect. And the more that you, the more you do them, the easier they get and the quicker you get. I can do mine within 15 minutes, both hands, and fast and easy. So I just encourage you to not get discouraged the very first time you do it. And if you have any questions at all, let me know. Thanks for watching.